What's it been? 3, 4 years? Who knows? Okay. Hello. Depending on how you got here, you may or may not know me. My name is Sarah. I really run it. I mean, I post when I can. I have a blog and a YouTube channel called Pixie Reads. I haven't posted on the YouTube channel in I don't know how long, many years, but here we are again. Today I am going to be creating a TBR for September. Really weird concept for me. I usually don't stick to a TBR, but I did the Whatever-a-thon created by Maddie? I think it's Maddie. See, you get in front of the camera and you forget everything. I believe her name is Maddie from a book browsing blog on YouTube. And I have been struggling to read. Like, I'll pick up a book, start reading, get into it, and then put it down for whatever reason and pick up another one because the other one looks more interesting or more enticing or something. So I haven't really been finishing books when I do read them, but for Whatever-a-thon I pledged 3 books and I ended up reading like 4 or 5, so apparently I should do a TBR. So there are 2 readathons in September that I would be interested in doing, and I am going to be really crazy and try and see if I can get prompts to match both of them or get books that would work with both sets of prompts. So the first one is the Magical Readathon, kind of re-envisioned, by G from Book Roast, also a YouTube channel. She's created her own little world and we are on our way to the Academy, and this world is called Aurelium. So this is Magical Readathon Aurelium. And then Becca from Becca's Books, I should really have this stuff up or something. I think that's her channel. I feel like there's a third word in there, but from Becca's Books has created Becca's Bookopoly for her monthly TBR, and she's turned that into a readathon. This is the Bookopolathon. And so I did do one, I think, of the 48-hour versions of the Bookopolathon. I don't remember if I even attempted the first month-long Bookopolathon, but apparently since I think I'm back to doing TBRs, we're gonna take a shot at this. I don't have a printer at the moment, so, and now the doggy is going to want in. I don't think he knows what he wants. Excuse me a moment. Okay, we're back. We now have a puppy. Pay no attention to the mess around me. It is havoc in this house at the moment. Okay, so what I did, I have on my iPad, I have the Bookopolathon board for this round, and I have 2 possible game pieces. I have this, it's really small. I have this little wing charm. I'm holding it by the hole the string or chain would go through. So I have this little wing thing, or I have this seashell This one, if I dry it with my finger on it though, it reads the finger or it reads the heat or something through the piece. So because I do have a tendency to drag the piece a little bit instead of like pick it up, it's also very small and hard to pick up. So I think I'm gonna go with the seashell. I was trying to find something small, kind of like the wing, because the wing will fit in the really tiny spaces since I'm using my tablet and it's a small screen. But so I'm kind of just gonna leave like, I think like this corner of the seashell or something kind of, and that will kind of be this is the spot that you're actually on kind of deal. It's also kind of centered depending on how I lay the seashell down. So I also have on my laptop that I don't have plugged in, so the screen keeps going dark. I have literally just Googled dice roller, and you can pick what dice you have. So we want 2 6-sided dice, so it came up with one. I click the 6-sided dice again. I could also like pull up a 10, and you just kind of click on that to disappear. So there's what I'm using for a dice roll. I don't really have an idea of how I'm doing this, but we're gonna do it. I have a really awkward setup, I'm realizing. Okay, so first dice roll. 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chance. Awesome sauce. Okay. So, of course, on the phone, I just got grass. Thank you for bringing that in there, puppy. Okay. So I have a randomizer on my phone that I've used to create a list for both chance and community chest. So chance cards were the books, some that you want to read, some that you don't. Hit shuffle. Okay, so it's just make sure I know what I'm hitting. Okay. And I'm gonna pick one. Blood Mage. Okay, so hopefully this one will fit a prompt for the magical readathon, because it's the prompt is a book. So I also just realized I didn't talk about how many rolls I was going to do. Since I did 4 to 5 books more or less comfortably in June, I think I'm gonna go with 5 for this. So that was roll 1, and here we go with roll 2. Roll 2. 6. Okay. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is that? That's new. So we just got new, which is to, I need to switch between too many windows. To read a book that is either pretty new, so you haven't heard many people review it yet, or a book you heard a lot of buzz about when it was first released, but I haven't really heard much since. The hype has pretty much died down for this one, but it's been on my TBR almost since it came out, I think, at least around the time I heard it hyped. It's one of the books on my self-destruct list. I started reading it, I don't know how many, like 5 hours? I think I started reading it right around the time I stopped posting to YouTube. Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. Like, everybody said this is like Game of Thrones YA. At least that's pretty much what I heard, was that it was Game of Thrones but YA version. So everyone seems to love Game of Thrones. I did make it through the first book of Game of Thrones, but since a certain somebody is sitting on their butt maybe attempting to write the next book, and he's got like one more to go after this with like, you know, I have not picked up the second book of Game of Thrones. I am in no hurry to read that. So Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, I think, is going to be the prompt for new, because then it'll also work. Go back over to the Novice Path, because the first prompt for the Novice Path, literally the Novice Path entrance is the name of the prompt, is read a book with a map. And this, it's not very detailed, but it has a map. So I can read a book and then I can let it self-destruct, in theory. So here we go with roll 3. And we get 7. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Becca Rex. Okay. I'm gonna have to come back to this one. The only books I can think of that she's recommended, I don't have, and I don't know if I can get. So I'd have to see if some of them are available on Scribd or from my library if I wanted to read those. So I'd have to, yeah, so we'll come back to this one. Roll 4. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is that? Last letter, first letter. First letter, last letter means the last letter of the book you just picked, which I haven't picked yet, has to match the first letter of the next of this book. So since I haven't picked the previous book, we're gonna have to come back to this one too. So that was roll 4. Oh my goodness. No doubles. I may have just cursed myself. Okay. Okay. Possibly the last roll. No doubles. Yay. It's a 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For wanting to pick a TBR, this isn't going according to plan. Okay, so I'm going to once again, actually we'll just go pick one. Oh shit. I think this is a long one. I don't want this one. This is okay. By A.E. Rain. So that's the book. It's 778 pages. We have 3 books picked. So, in your time, I just need a few seconds. In my time, I probably need several minutes, if not hours. And looking at the time, I might also be in a slightly different location, because I think my husband's going to be coming home soon, because he's getting off work right now. But let's see what book recommendations Becca has for the third Bookopoly-thon prompt, and see what I have, and also what can then I guess I shouldn't cheat because in theory I would pick the book and not know the next prompt. So we're gonna see what she recommends, and then we're gonna see if we can get a first letter to match the last letter of what we pick. Okay, so excuse me. I have watched a few of Becca's videos now, and I did come across, she recommends in her immersive fantasy worlds recommendations from early 2020. She recommends Six of Crows, which is another book that I started this year and put down for some reason. It was like one of the first books I picked up. I don't even remember how far into it I got. I was listening to it on Audible, but so Six of Crows. We're gonna go with that one. And then for the last letter, first letter, since Six of Crows is one of those weird ones where the first letter also matches the last letter of the same book, but I don't think that counts. I'm gonna go with Sword Art Online, Fairy Dance. I'm gonna start this over. I did start reading it at some point. It was not this year. I have no idea how long ago. I do kind of know what happens in the book because I've seen the anime, but there's a lot more description and story in the book. So I'm just gonna start it over. Yeah. That's Bookathon. So Bookathon, I have Blood Mage. I never wrote down by David something or other. It's like the 5th book of the Peregrine Society. It follows a relatively young boy. I guess he's young to me, but like high school, college, early, so I guess it'd be new adult, because he's I think they were talking about him just starting college in the first book. So new adult, young college age kid named Orson, who, after kissing his girlfriend, is able to turn into a big bear. This bear is very kick-butty, and he uses his powers to kind of fight the supernatural world and the forces that are trying to infiltrate our world. That's very nutshell. There's way more to the books, but it's been a while. For the prompt of new for Bookathon, I'm going with Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. Another one that I've picked up. Once again, I'll say I've heard it's the Game of Thrones for YA. I really don't know what happens in this book exactly. I'm sure you can find, or you've probably already heard somewhere. And then we landed on Becca Rex, which I just said we're going with Six of Crows, where basically 6 friends have to infiltrate some kind of prison or something, I vaguely recall, and so it's kind of like this master heist story. Then for the 4th prompt, we have last letter, first letter. So Six of Crows ends with an S, so the next book has to start with an S. So Sword Art Online, I'm going with volume 3 because that's approximately where I'm at. I'm somewhere in this book. Sword Art Online follows starts with one kid named Kirito. That's his character name, but I can't think of his real name. That is really excited about this game coming out called Sword Art Online, and playing in this world called Aincrad, except this is a death game. He's basically, the game launches and is trapped in this kind of like virtual reality, advanced virtual reality compared to our virtual reality, advanced virtual reality world. So can't move in real life and you have to play the game, you have to beat the game, or the characters now trapped in the game have to beat the game. So as soon as somebody beats the game, everyone is freed, but the castle thing that they have to play through has 100 floors. So they have to defeat the boss on floor 100, but each floor has its own boss. So this one picks up a little bit after that, but I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to get too much into that one. The fifth roll was another chance card, where we came up with Winter's Fury by A.E. Rain, and excuse me, I really don't remember much about this book. I found it interesting at some point and purchased it on Kindle, and it's 778 pages long, so that's gonna be fun. And then for the magical readathon, I'm just gonna leave this at 2 prompts for now, since I have 5 books and I'm now adding a 6th to meet these prompts. So book with a map, Fallen Kingdoms is taking that one. And then a book that keeps tempting me, I don't even remember how long ago I got this. This is a book I got from NetGalley. I got busy, didn't read it at the time, but so it keeps like niggling in the back of my mind, like, read me, you want to read me. I don't pick it up though because I have these other books, and then I forget about it for 5 seconds. Put a book down and pick up yet a new one. Start something else. And then like I'll start reading that one, and then fire comes and read me. I don't even know what this thing is about. I really don't remember what this thing is about. I really like the cover. It's very basic, very simple, but something. And I like the elemental kind of stuff lately, so maybe this will be one that I pick up, read, and actually like start to finish. I don't know. So those are now the 6 books I am hoping to get through in the month of September. This is going to be interesting with Winter's Fury being over 700 pages. Some of these are audiobooks, and those I'm not too worried about because I can like clean the house and garden or pull weeds or whatnot and listen while I work. But it's these where I actually have to find time to sit down and read that make me nervous, and then you have Winter's Fury. Blood Mage is also I think I actually have that one on Google. I will see you sometime in the future. Who knows? Maybe the next one will be the vlog that I am hoping to do for the month of September, and you see me read these books. Hopefully. Get out of this slumper thing, whatever the... Is it really a slump if you're reading and just not finishing the book? Is it still a slump? Is this a question like if a tree falls in the woods but there's nobody around to hear it, does it really make a sound? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this rambling TBR video, and if you are participating in either of these readathons, I wish you luck, and I'll see you all on the interwebs. TTFN!